Hey, what's up, fam? This is Gene. It's your boy Gene. I'm a passionate, committed, free man. This session, I want to take about 5 minutes and talk about wealth mastery, mastermind. Reason I decided to start to talk about this topic is because I've had friends, coworkers, and such tell me, "Hey, you know a lot about investing. You should really start a YouTube channel." So the information here is kind of free flowing, probably not too much editing. So this is coming from the real source, and just want to share with you my thoughts on investing. And like we have a mastermind, so this is not meant to. I'm a student of the game. I still consider myself a student of the game, always learning. So I want to jump right into when people ask me about, hey, you do real estate, for example. That's my main source of passive income, if you would. That's gotten me financially free. And my main goal here is to typically what I tell people when they first start off is I always tell them read Rich Dad Poor Dad. So I want to jump into the book review for Rich Dad Poor Dad, um, and that book has changed my life. So I can't even stress it enough. I purposely tell people to read the book. First of all, to see how committed they are really about their future, and then second of all, if you can't read a book, then you're probably not going to be motivated enough to really uh, get your finances in order, or really put in the work to achieve financial freedom. So, anyways, we'll talk about financial freedom, but I created a list of 5 takeaways from Rich Dad Poor Dad. The first one I want to say is make sure you get version one, not version two. I love Robert Kiyosaki. I think, like I said, the book changed my life. Uh, I remember telling somebody that, and they're like, I told them there's only 2 books I've ever read that's changed my life. It's the Bible and Rich Dad Poor Dad, and the Bible I never read front to back. And she gave me a guilt trip. She's like, "Well, you should be reading it." But okay, well, anyways, that's another story. Um, so get version one. I think you can get it on any YouTube. So definitely look for that one. Version two talks about a lot of stuff and kind of misses the point. So I just want to make sure that folks really get the idea of which is my next number two, which is cash flow. So the what I learned from that book is that having enough money work for you instead of you working for money, that was a game changer for me. The third thing I learned is the definition of financial freedom. I've read Millionaire Next Door and other books that talk about financial freedom, and they have a very arduous mathematical process that they use. Financial freedom, simply put, here is how long can you, according to Rich Dad Poor Dad, is how long can you live without working. So if you've got, say, $12,000 in the bank and your cost of living is $1,000 a month, you're financially free for 12 months. And if you're that's assuming that obviously your cost of living is $1,000, right? So realistically, it's probably around 4,000. So if I have $4,000 if my cost of living is 4,000, I've got 12,000 in the bank. I'm financially free for 3 months. However, if I have properties that generate 12,000 a month passive income, I'm financially free for ever. So that's why I love the concept. The other thing is never say you can't. The number four, never say you can't. Always say how can you. So investors don't live through life being a victim. They never say they can't do something. Instead, they figure out how can I do something. So whatever it is. So that's a rule I've lived by since I've read the book years ago. We're talking about 10, 15 years ago. And then finally, number five, the five takeaway I'd say is the 80-20% rule, which is a big one because Pareto principle, they call it. So basically, 5% of people have 80-20. So 20% of people have about 80% of the wealth. So if you do, so 80% of people around you, it's really 95-5. So 5% of people own 95% of the wealth. So if you do what 95% of people do, you'll end up where 5% of people are, which is by the time they retire, no money, not able to retire. So instead, it's a simple principle of just literally figure out what the 5% of people do, mimic what they do, right? Because success leaves clues. And if you do what 5% of people do, guess what? You have a high probability of yourself being that 5%er where you can retire financially free. That's it, folks. Enjoy. If you're wondering about the background, this is what I had when I was in Puerto Rico earlier this year. So this is kind of like a little inspiration for y'all. All right, let's get it. Peace.